Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome to a special episode of Third Eye Saturdays. We call it Saturn Saturdays, all right? We tapping in, we live in the streets. You already know what it is. Peace, family, peace. How's everybody doing? Greetings to the family out there. Peace to the family. Brother Red in the building, all right? How's everyone doing? We're gonna let everybody settle in while we get ourselves together. All right. Shout out to all of the family. Let's do this roll call. Let's do a roll call. Louisiana is in the building. All right. Shout out to Louisiana. Atlanta, Savannah, Arizona, Ohio, London, Baltimore, Harrisburg, Long Island, Brooklyn, South Central LA, Dorchester, South Jersey, yeah, Miami, Jacksonville, Oakland, the 313, the D, Bronx, DC 305, what's happening? NYC, look, Apollo is right there. I'm gonna be there later on today. There's a book reading for Ta-Nehisi Coates with T.I. and some other woke people, and I'll be in attendance for that. I gotta go check that out. I got invited to be in attendance, so I'm gonna go check that out. North Carolina in the building, Washington by way of New York, South Carolina, Oakland in the building, West Phoenix in the building. You're ready. Yes, I can't wait to see you at the conference as well, South Carolina. All right, shout out to everybody coming into town next weekend for the Ascension 2020 conference given by Black Magic 363, aka Brother Rich, down to New York. So we're gonna welcome y'all into the city and make sure that everybody is good. Did I hear Kanye's album? Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Frisbee in a minute. We're gonna get on that. We're gonna talk about that. CT by way of Brooklyn. What's happening? CT in the building. Shout out to Connecticut. 412 Quiptown, Pittsburgh. You said Boyce is outside wandering around New York City? Well, you need to come to Harlem. You know. When you come to Harlem, you got to tap in. You know what I'm saying? When you come to New York, you should be able to tap into Harlem. And, you know, when you come in, it's like tap into where the black people are at so you know what's going on while you're out here. We're going to talk about this Scorpio new moon. Scorpio new moon is going to be opposite. It's coming on Sunday. This is going to be a very transformative, spiritual new moon. I want the family to tap in to the available free energy that is out there. You dig? Yeah. Tell boys to tap in. We out here. I think Sarnetta is outside right now, so he'll be able to film him if he wants to do some. If he wants to create some content. All right. Scorpion, November 2nd. Yeah, KT's birthday is November the 3rd. That's the day of the conference, November the 3rd. That is next Sunday. Shout out to all of my Scorpions. This is officially Scorpion season. All right. Tap in. This is Scorpio season. So you already know what it is. You dig? Yeah, he outside with Jabari. You dig. Where's Brother Rich? I don't know. Brother Rich might be getting ready for his event. He has a big event coming up next weekend. So when it's dealing with those events, it's a lot of stuff that goes into them. So people be working. You know, people, they got things that they got to do. They got to manage. It's about management, time management. You dig. I look forward to seeing everybody who will be visiting next weekend. I look forward to meeting people who I've never seen or never met before, but you know, there's a familiar energy. I look forward to the brothers and sisters who are coming to support and clean out the Kings County table and make it empty. Yeah, I look forward to that. Holiday is right around the corner, so this is one of the better times to get yourself ready before the end of this fiscal year. Look, October is out of here. What happened to October? Does anybody, if you want a table, I believe you could holler at King Simon or Brother Sonetta. And if you don't get in touch with either one of them, they told me if they're not sold out. So if you don't hear from someone, if you don't get in touch, hold on. Let me grab King Simon. Give me 1 minute. Let me see if King Simon is outside. If you're not able to in touch with any of them, don't let that deter you. You'll find. Don't worry, don't give up. You know, just come to Brooklyn. Just get out there early. St. Francis College on Remsen Street. That's downtown Brooklyn, near Court Street and Geralman and shit like that. So that's what you could do. But how's everybody doing? We tapping in. We're gonna cover some things that have been going on in the news. Your man Tank is out here, nigga explaining, Bussy explaining, you know what I'm talking about? He got a lot of sugar in his tank, making erroneous statements. Once again, violating the code of what we identified as manhood back in the days. You know what I'm talking about? There's an outright attack against the quote unquote code or the algorithm that we've identified as manhood, um, by a new generation. You don't have to be born in the 2000s or born in the 90s to be of a new generation. You could be one of these old ass niggas with a new mind. Your mind could have terraformed to this new weird quantum reality that people are tapped into, this alternative universe or this backwards bizarro world where being normal is the new abnormal. So these are some new niggas because I promise you, they wasn't like that before they went to Hollywood and other places. They wasn't like that before they linked up with some of their liberal friends. They weren't like that before they grabbed their ankles and dropped it like it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Shit changes when you start code switching and your neuroplasticity, your brain, the neurons in your brains, your synapses, your shit get rewired. You know what I'm talking about? And it's snapping on something different. It's Snapchatting right now with the rainbow frequency or that spectrum, and you're not in your right mind. So what I'm talking about and what I'm referring to is an R&B artist who goes by the name of Tank. He made a statement sitting around a bunch of women. Now, I don't know what it is, but I'm encouraging women to talk to these niggas a little bit more because men, these new Negroes, right? These newer manifestations of men, they tend, because women have made it so comfortable for men to truly be all that they can be and to be honest around them. It seems as if these new Negroes are real reluctant to let it out of to come out of the closet when around women. When around women, these Negroes seem to be more reluctant to be to keep it real with themselves, right? Now, the R&B singer who goes by the name of Tank, okay, make a deposit in their tank when they were younger, when he was hot and he was on the charts and he was making, baby making music. There's a lot of women who wouldn't who wouldn't have minded tank, you know, leaving a few tanks in their tank. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm not talking about the no limit tank either. So this guy named Tank, he was being interviewed, I believe, for a podcast with some very attractive young women. Okay, from what I saw, you know, and these young women were privy to Tank's philosophy on what it would take for a man to be identified as opposite of heterosexual. I don't know what the term politically, I don't know what the term is nowadays because there's always a changing of terms. Is it still gay? For those who are out there who could help me with this, I want to be as correct as I can when describing what happened or what's going on in the world. So he described, I don't know if it was being gay or what are the qualifications to be a homosexual. And he said out of his mouth that if a man sucked on a penis more than once, right? Fool me once, that's on me. Fool me twice, that's on you. But fool me three times, my nigga, if it quacks like a duck, I think that it might be. So he's saying the limit, right? Hold on. Nova, Nova, Nova. Can you secure that sale? He's saying that for that's Nova Felder. For those who are wondering, he told the sisters that if he performed fellatio on a man, you know, think cucumber challenge. I'm not trying to be, you know, mad graphic and gross and whatnot, but we're trying to come to an, you know, we want to be all on the same page so we can understand what's going on. So fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. That's the saying, right? So he's saying that if he got tricked into performing fellatio once, right, that wasn't deemed, you know, that doesn't take away your manhood. But if you come back and do it again, right? Even that right there, even doing it two times, that still doesn't qualify you. You're somewhat on the tarmac of flying off into rainbow territory. But he's saying that if you were to give a man, another man, fellatio two times, then you're still considered to be heterosexual. So I'm saying, well, goddamn it, what are they putting in the punch? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, what's going on with these guys these days where they're redefining what what we understood to be manhood based off of what our elders and other men particularly, because you know, I don't think that too many men are out here telling women what's the qualifications of being a woman, what divine womanhood is all about. Usually that's a circlehood of sisters who are able to embark those you know, those qualifications to them. So I'm thinking the same thing when it comes to the men, that men should be able to define manhood because only a man really knows what it is to be a man. So the men in our lives who told us, yo, if you grab your ankles for another man, nigga, you gay. If somebody breaks the holy seal, and that is, you know, there's men have seals and whatnot. And one of the seals that thou shalt not break is, you know, our the cavity that is used for removing waste. Okay, nothing should go up. No fish should, biologically that thing is put together. Things supposed to exit from there. You know, Brexit is not supposed to be going the opposite, right? That's called backwards living. That's called backwards. People talk about devil is live backwards. Well, when you doing backwards shit, when you're walking backwards, when you're moonwalking through life, when you're living backwards, that's the evils, D apostrophe evils. That's living a devilish existence when a lot of the things that you are doing are backwards. Yeah, exactly. So the quote unquote LBGT flag is a backwards rainbow. The spectrums that they line the flag up in is an exact backwards of flipping of the original rainbow, which is Roy G. Biv and all of that. That's the light spectrum. But the LBGT flag is an opposite of that. I'm just giving this information out to those who may be unfamiliar. When you see those colors and they're lined up and you're identifying with the LBGT flag, you may be unaware that that is the light spectrum turned upside down. That is a backwards rainbow, because that lifestyle, and I don't hope to offend anyone, because that's not what today is. Today is a teaching lesson, but that lifestyle would be considered in nature's terms backwards, because it does not yield life, and it goes opposite of what we are naturally built, right, to experience with our sexual organs. Our sexual organs have been divinely designed, right, to procreate inside of fertile soil, inside of a fertile womb, aka, the yoniverse, right? If you just stick to the plans, my Negroes or my ninjas or my Negusas, if you stick to the plans, everything will work out as planned. Everything will work out. You'll have more children. You'll be fruitful and multiply. You know what I mean? There'll be orgasmic experiences, and you'll be able to carry on in life. Your family will grow, your clan will grow. If you do the opposite of that, and you choose consciously to live backwards and to go into a backyard that you have no business in, well, there's ramifications to that. You know what I mean? There's some kind of colon issues. There's acquired immune deficiency syndrome. There's herpes. There's all kind of shit that comes with, playing on Hershey's Highway with no raincoat, shit like that. So Tank, the R&B singer, right, whose modus operandi, he's a crooner. So he's crooning to the ladies. He's singing to the ladies. He's singing to the divine feminine principle, and he's immersing them in these male pheromones that basically translate to I want to smash. You know what I mean? I want you. Like, there's an attraction. There's this magnetic energy that R&B singers are responsible for conjuring, in men towards women or vice versa. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're singing to in the songs. Tank is not singing to another dude. You know what I'm talking about? He's specifically singing to another woman. So that's what he's about. So these new statements are making people a little bit confused, because they're like, fam, nowhere in the book of manhood, you know what I mean? Not even in the player's handbook, not in the art of macking, nowhere, you know what I'm saying? In no books do they say that you can suck off a man, right? And that's okay. Like, I don't know. He's trying to recreate the rules. Pharrell is trying to recreate the rules. Malik Yogurt is trying to recreate the rules. These people are coming along. These men are of my generation. These are not no young niggas. You know what I mean? Like, these ain't fresh chickens. These are old heads. Tank is an old head. I'm about to be 44. Yeah, I know it doesn't look it. We have Gold Water on sale and some other things that we could, Tank is past. He's either 44 or over 44. Malik Yogurt is over 44, and Pharrell. Could we get Pharrell's birthday? He's in my age group too. So I'm confused to where the mentality of this new definition, or this redefined, this homogenized, or this emasculated version of manhood. Why is this coming from these niggas? I really don't get it. I thought that we were all blaming the young niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the code? I'm off code. I thought we were blaming young niggas for all of this. How does these old niggas get to wear, you know what I mean? The badge of, of moistness. I really don't understand. Who has manipulated their minds? You know what I'm saying? You damn right. They Kundalini is on pause. They Kundalini been kidnapped. It is not going up the quote unquote staircase. The highway. It's not going up Jacob's ladder. Shit is not climbing up their spine. That's a block Kundalini. You got block chakras when you operating like that. Did you see Pharrell on the cover? Pharrell is 46. Pharrell is 46. He already went through his 44th. If this is what after 44 looks like, nigga, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit scared now. I'm a little bit petrified. Is this what the old brain is thinking like? Is these niggas got worms or something? Yeah, that nigga was in a sleeping bag, goose down, that was fitted. How'd you find that? How'd you find that? Tank is 43. Tank is 43, looking like he's about 47. I don't know. Maybe it was the weights. But Tank is 43. What the hell is going on, fam? He's my age. He sat there comfortably around these women. Malik Yogurt, when he came out, I believe it was around women, not the Roots interview, the initial one. Malik is 52. They need to go see Pastor Wilson. They need to get Pastor Wilson needs to he needs to rebaptize these niggas along with Kanye. Okay? Along with Kanye with the whole Jesus is Lord type of thing. Like they need to go see Pastor Wilson to get reintroduced to the scripture. They just need to sit through Pastor Wilson's orientation on Cunnilingus 101. You know what I'm talking about? Because he ain't out here with the cucumber challenge. Pastor Wilson's a real man. You know, he took one for the team. You know what I'm talking about? Talk black to me. I'm not mad at Pastor Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I would have been mad if Pastor Wilson was out here chin checking a cucumber. But that's not the case. Pastor Wilson is just being a pastor. You know what I mean? He's giving them the holy word. You know? Shit. What are these other guys doing? So, Tank, hold this L. You out here looking wild crazy. I don't know what. I got to talk to Genuine, because they was at the Apollo together the other night. I don't know if he's on that time. But I know that he had a tranny pushing up on him about a year ago. You know, he dodged that bullet. But I don't know what's going on in these streets, bro. This shit is not funny at all because it casts so much. You know, we live in this world right now where there's these trust issues because of this, you know, this large campaign of men not being, you know, honest with the women that they've been with, and you know, this culture of the down low black man, and this culture of men, you know, bringing diseases home, and this culture of men not being who the fuck they say that they are. And these Negroes is just making that shit a lot more complicated. Like, you know, we really need, because, you know, I didn't know that people of my generation were so sexually confused. I did not know that. Young Buck, right? Young Buck was with a tranny. How old is that nigga? Is he like 52? Is the moist bag that appealing to my generation that these guys are willing to be gay for pay? Is the 90s and the 80s and the 70s and all of these eras that we were coming up in, and you know, we were swearing that these were men's men and that these were some hyper masculine machoism, is it all a lie? Was all of this shit a lie? Young Buck was the most gangster nigga out there. uh I remember the ski mask cover, everybody was shook. That nigga rounds up to be moist. He's out there playing in niggas' backyards and what? He's with trannies. You know what I'm saying? With the backyard again. He's in niggas' backyards again. He's a backyard again. You know what I'm talking about? He riding the ghost on Hershey's Highway. So if all of these figures If all of these archetypes, if in the age of revealing, we're in the age of revealing, we're embarking on 2020. October is over, y'all. 2020, by the time you finish watching this video, it's 2020, bro. It's here. So in the era of 2020 where they say thou's eyes shall be opened, things will be revealed. Are we seeing this? Is this what was being prophesized? Is the great revealing taking place? Are the veils being lifted? And we can't trust anything that we hear or see. You know, that's just a question that I put out there. It's just a question. Like that. That to me is, and it's not about right now. It's about my generation that I'm speaking to because Tank. Well, Pharrell is like an OG to the young niggas, and they follow Pharrell, right? But Tank and Malik Yogurt, they're not necessarily appealing to millennials or anything under that per se. They appealing to confused niggas that are living out their third childhood that are in my age demographics. That's who, the last dudes that are out there in the middle of the ocean, stranded in limbo, don't know what they want to do with life. Child support is dogging them. You know what I mean? They just might choose to code switch. They on the fence, my nigga. They watching Empire. They got past the two niggas kissing. They're comfortable. They normalize that part. You know, is a nigga on the job wearing Birkin bags and heels and whatnot with the full beard, and they're thinking about taking them up on that happy hour offer, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like they're really trying to wash up all of these generations. So be very mindful about the programming that is taking place, and I can't blame the Illuminati for this. I can't blame. I don't think that the Illuminati's fingerprints are all over. Well, they play a part because the Illuminati translates to an agency or an organization that will accept you when you're ready to sell out on any level. If you wanna, if nigga, if you wanna take, if you wanna grab your ankles, if you wanna betray and snitch, if you want to basically sabotage those who are in the race on a marathon shit, there's all kind of things that you could do. I'm seeing in the quote unquote Illuminati because to me the Illuminati translates to any agency that breaks niggas' backs, right? That breaks your will, that makes you anything other than who you are. Nigga, the NFL and Roger Goodell, the way that they flipped Jay-Z, nigga, that's the Illuminati. Homie ain't been the same since. You know what I'm talking about? He didn't even do the So Brooklyn challenge. Any agency, this part of the white supremacy, quote unquote, Hydra or their system is the Illuminati at this point. Cause they out here flipping mad niggas, bro. They out here flipping mad dudes for the bag, bro, for the Birkin bag. They got these niggas doing shit that you would never have thought them to do. So to me, that's the Illuminati, and they out here cleaning out niggas' clocks because the money ain't out here like it used to be. Dudes are not mad comfortable in their entrepreneurial selves. They have not figured out how to cut the middlemen out. They don't want to slow grind for this money, for this shmoney. They're not utilizing the power of the people to tap into the collective. So I don't know what. You know what I mean? Somebody said the Revolt Summit. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that on Melanin Mondays because it's still going down this whole weekend out there in LA. Puff is, what they're doing to from what I see, is the woke marketplace is beginning to expand. They're identifying leaders and experts in the woke marketplace. Summits like the Revolt Summit establishes certain characters and certain personalities and certain experts who are
going to be accepted in the woke marketplace. And I'm about to go see Ta-Nehisi Coates, nigga. That's the Obama of the woke marketplace right now. He could run for president in 2024 if he positions himself the right way. He is a rising star. They got T.I. and Killer Mike and a few other of them out here coming to rock with the gods. You know, he's hoisted up there. So in the woke marketplace, it's about the bag. It's about the bag. No offense to anybody who is not about the bag, but that's what they're there to do. They're monetizing. Go holler at the brother and see what he want to do. They're monetizing our struggle. They're monetizing, a lot of the work that elders like master teachers did over the centuries. Okay, it's like 100 years of information that many people are able to pick through and shift through and whatnot. But what they're doing undeniably is they're blocking access to frontline teachers, quote unquote, mainstream scholars. They're blocking their access. They don't want them on those stages. So we all have clones. We all have our commercial versions of ourselves. There's like 3 red pills out there. Van Lathan, he running around calling himself Red Pill Podcast. Candace Owens, her name was Red Pill Black. There's a few other people masquerading with the moniker. You know what I'm talking about? Um, they got a whole bunch of clones. RZA got a clone. You know what I'm saying? There's Derek Grace clones running around. There's a bunch of clones out there. Them niggas is out here cloning niggas. I promise you. It's biogenetics. It's the CRISPR gene editing and whatnot. These niggas are taking like 3 or 4 scholars and cloning them into one person. Yeah, Van Lathan got fired for TMZ for choking up a coworker. You know what I'm talking about? You should have spazzed on him. If you're gonna choke him, you might as well smack him. You know what I'm saying? You still got fired, Craig. So he's out here. I would like to have a conversation with that guy. I'm uncomfortable with the fact that they have so many people in the commercial areas who feed off of the hard work, but they don't pay no homage. Pay homage. That's all I'm saying. Cause we out here paying homage to. We don't care who you are or where you come from. Cause at the end of the day, there's nobody's out here competing with anybody. There is no competition. So we out here highlighting. If you write a book and you woke, we gonna highlight you. If you out here, you put out something that's positive and you woke, you get highlighted. Niggas, we ain't out here hating on T.I. or Killer Mike or any of them. Charlemagne drop a book, we give a review of it. Nick Cannon is doing stuff with Sabi, we big him up, we hold him up. We say, yo, family, protect this brother. Make sure that he's good. Let's cooperate with these people. But as you can see, there is a concerted effort to clone this frontliners and not give them their credit. You see, Vlad is on a campaign to spread propaganda about ADOS. He got Talib Kweli up there, right? So this is my thing with Vlad. Vlad interviews gangsters and killers, right? Never once do you hear him going to comedians and athletes and asking them about street rules. He doesn't mix the two. He doesn't go to an athlete and say, yo, what do you think about the Bloods and whatnot and their body count? Or what do you think about the GDs? Or what do you think about the shootings in Chicago? He's not asking people who are not a part of that life about that life. So why the fuck are you asking Godfrey and other comedians about consciousness? That's not their life. That's not their lane. That is not what they're about. They don't represent that movement or that wave. Why don't you go to the actual you go into the niggas riding the wave and you not going to the niggas providing the wave? You did? Come in real quick. That's the stuff for law. You're not going to the source. Peace to the God. Come in real quick, K. What it do?
What's up?
Saturdays.
Oh, that's
You know
powerful
what I'm
too,
saying? I'm
love.
here with the God from CT. Hey,
Facts.
Rue doing his thing on radio.
Yeah, you know it. League Digital Radio, GGD 720. You know what I'm saying? We're around HOKCT. I'm in the Mecca, so I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm going to stop through, see the guard. In
That's super
fact, the
fact.
guard is on the pavement, like 10
You're
toes down,
10
10
toes.
hands up. You know what I'm saying? His vibration is all the way up, and it
You
attract me
already.
right here to the Mecca. You know what I'm saying?
We about to go see T.I. and them. They're gonna be in Apollo in a little while.
Oh, word?
Tinishi Coates.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what's up. I'm out here. I'm in Harlem for a while too,
Yeah,
man.
tap in.
I'm definitely yo. Shouts out to my brother Trav. We trade sports. What's going on, man?
Yeah, what up?
Shouts out to the pillars, man.
You
Listen,
done know.
I just want to congratulate you, man. You like international, Lordy.
I
That's a
thank you. I
fact. It's
appreciate.
international. You know what I'm
We
saying?
global, baby.
Word up, man. The Facts Initial 2020 is still around, man. So make sure you go to
Oh, 2020
Facts.
is coming. Yeah, we
Yes.
about to body them on that.
Facts Initiative 2020.org. Make sure you get on that, sign up, listen, so you could be in the here and now. Because 2020, we got the 2020 vision going on, and we all about that action and doing.
I
You know
said
what
by
I'm
the time
saying?
this live finish, we're gonna be in 2020. October's out of here. We'll
That's
know where that went.
right.
So it ain't like November not gonna slide by us, and then December going. So
It's here
yeah,
already. Word. Let's have Scorpion season
yeah,
two.
we
Peace,
gonna.
lovely.
Oh, woo, that's coming.
We around.
Yeah,
Hello.
Scorpion
Yo, I'm
King in
around,
full
yo.
sway. All right, grab a shirt.
Oh,
Yes, you already. You see Sanetta, right?
nah, I ain't see him.
Oh, he probably cut out.
Yeah, I seen him. I seen him on the way up here. They was going in,
That's
Jabari, and
right.
you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely, yo.
All
Peace,
right,
love.
no doubt. So you know, I don't trust what I see going on in the woke marketplace because I see a willful, I see them willfully omitting the people who can explain their sciences and people who can explain their positions clearly. How are you, Vlad TV, talking about Dr. Sabi, yet and still you have not reached out to any of the? He got a lot of family members. You have not interviewed anybody on your platform about Dr. Sabi. Yet and still, once again, you're going to athletes and comedians about. You went to gangsters. That nigga is interviewing killers and gang members. Hey, what do you think about Dr. Sabi? They are not qualified to speak on those topics. Babe, the table. They are not qualified to talk on them topics the same way that you should not ask a vegan about the shit that the meat eaters are doing. Don't ask vegans about beef, my nigga, because they're not qualified to speak on that. That's not their lane. So you don't talk to Claude Anderson about reparations. You don't reach out to Tone Talks or Yvette Carnell about all things ADOS. You don't pull up to Tariq Nasheed to talk about the FBA, Foundational Black Americans, even if he's not fucking with you. There are a bevy of people on YouTube, the same way that you found a nigga who killed Tupac, Vlad. Somebody send this shit to Vlad. You found the nigga who killed Tupac. The feds could not find him. You found Keefe D, right? You found the nigga who you found convertible Burt, nigga. I just heard about him in rhymes. I never seen him. You found convertible Burt. You found Rick Ross. You found Davey, whoever. You found all these old killers who all coming out with a book. Every time you get an interview, these niggas is selling books. But you can't find Dr. Sabi's family members. You couldn't find KT the Arch degree, nigga. You couldn't even find Dr. Inky. I don't get it. I don't get it. You want to talk reparations, but you can't find nobody who's qualified to talk reparations, and you talking to fucking comedians, my nigga, and rappers? That's not how we do things. So your platform is about ridiculing at the same time highlighting the worst of our people. At the same time highlighting the niggas is on your channel confessing to fucking capital crimes. So for your white audience, because she got sued by a melanated co-worker who said that they were suing him for the main fact that he's racially discriminating against black people because he actively pursues and looks for information and stories and storylines that depict our people in a wild negative light. That's what Vlad is doing, and he got sued for that, my friends. So he is not must see TV. His platform is very toxic, and his platform gives an unbalanced dosage of consciousness and truth. The highest dosage or the highest voltage of information and consciousness that emanates from that man's platform is Lord Jamar. Shout out to the OG. Shout out to Yadamin. Shout out to Rod Digger. Shout out to Lord Jamar. Right? And occasionally through 10 years, he might have had six conscious teachers and whatnot who he deemed to be the voice of Black America or the Black community. And, I think it was, he brought Umar up there, he brought Polite up there, he brought Wesley up there, Wesley Muhammad. He also brought I don't know who else. He brought somebody else. He brought Dick Gregory. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I think. I think. Oh no, they got receipts on Vlad with the lawsuit. He got sued by a black employee, a melanated employee. He got served and whatnot. There's a lawsuit out right now because of his discrimination towards melanated people. Right? Oh yeah. Did he have Griff and Dr. David Banner? They're not repeat guests, right? They're not repeat guests. Whereas the conditions and the progress, right? Simultaneously, the problems that Black America are facing are multiplying, and the progress that the conscious woke teachers are making is multiplying. The numbers are growing. The progress is being made because more people are becoming aware. The mission is to make niggas aware. We have not entered the phase where the mission is to come up with is to implement solutions and to create that's not that we're not at that level right now. We're still at the level where the mission is to make people aware of the problems, right? Some of us are embarking on work that's a little bit into the future where we're implementing solutions. But overall, that's not the age that we're in right now. That's not the quote unquote age. That's not the time or the epoch that we're in. We're in the epoch where the job and the duty is to wake you niggas up. That's what it is. That's what we're in right now. And we'll go into the action items, or we'll be ushered into the era of you gotta walk it like you gotta put in work. That's coming soon. But that's not necessarily where we are. So the progress is being made because people are being quote unquote woken up, right? That's progress. And we could quantify and we can qualify and we could show you the numbers based off of the data and the analytics that is taking place. So the woke people are playing their part. And for doing that, they are to be commemorated and they should be rewarded. Like I do feel like a Killer Mike, a TI, even a Diddy with the Revolt Summit, even for its quote unquote nefarious intentions, right? Even if at the top of that pyramid, black people don't own Revolt. It's not black owned, that's not melanated, that's not minority owned, that's not Moorish owned, whatever you want to call it. It's not owned by us. So there's a ceiling on that thing. But even if it's not to make black people wild conscious and super revolutionary, is still playing its part. So those men and those women should be rewarded because there should be a reward system alongside a penalty system, alongside a quote unquote value system in this movement that we have. So even if you're doing something half-assed, you still should be rewarded half-assedly. You should still be rewarded. Even if you're doing half the work, I still feel like you should be rewarded. Because if they do half the work in the knuckle dragger world, they still get rewarded. They get booked for walkthroughs. Them niggas get booked to go on tours. They get TV deals. They get reality show deals. They get all of this quote unquote income, all of these streams of income. They get endorsements and sponsors. Even if T.I. wakes up and say, I'm gonna do something half-ass for trap music today, there's a motherfucker with a bag waiting for them. There's a check waiting for them. So if they decide I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna give these niggas in the woke industry, or I'm gonna give these niggas in consciousness a little bit of time, I still think that they should be rewarded because they could be doing something else. They could be doing something else. So even if somebody is doing a fucking 1% for us, that should qualify them for being rewarded for just their 1%. That's just my theory. I could be flawed. But that's how I feel, that even if you're trying to help, still get that nigga some give him a bone. Give him a bone, feed him or her. And then we could judge them later. But I'm not here to discredit the work, even if it's 1%, because I know what we're up against and I know how much heavy lifting needs to be done to help wake our people up. Talk about you. Have you ever tried to lift somebody up that was dead? You ever try to lift dead weight? You ever try to lift somebody that got knocked out? You ever try to pick up somebody that passed out? Nigga, that's dead weight. So to hold our people up, to wake them up, nigga, you're lifting dead weight. This is not a walk in the park. This is dead weight. Our people, it's a very heavy weight. It could break your back. It is a strenuous weight on your shoulders trying to hold black people up after they have fallen into this quote unquote stupor, and after they've fallen into this dope fiend nod, or after they've fallen into a shallow grave. This shit is not easy. Talk black to me. And if a Killer Mike or a T.I. or any one of these woke brothers and sisters decide that they want to go fully orthodox and they want to dive all the way in and immerse themselves into consciousness, then from me to you, I'm here to let you know that there's still a security shield, there's still a firewall, there's still a level of immunization, to whereas they won't get that far if they decided that they're not letting that many ciphers into the cipher. You can't penetrate deep within the circle. You're gonna be exposed. You're gonna be standing outside butt ass naked. The emperor has no clothes. So if they decide that they want to fully immerse themselves into this culture, I would say don't worry about them being charlatans or whatnot. They're going. It's gonna show. It's gonna show. Right now, I'm not judging them because they're not part of this lifestyle. They're not living this lifestyle all the way. They're on the fence. But even with them being on the fence, I appreciate the words and the thoughts and the ideas that even come out of their mouths, because the shit is not 100% negative, knuckle dragging, toxic, motherfucking weighing our people down and sending babies, little men and little women into graves, jail cells, or into the ER. Into the ER, you know. But it's levels to this shit. So you know what level certain people are on. You know what level they on. It's levels to this. They might not be on your favorite teacher's level. They may be ever be able to reach your master teacher's level. They may never be able to reach a master student's level. They might not be able to sit with either a regular student of consciousness. But we have to be patient with our people. We have to be diligent with our people. We have to be understanding of our people and overstanding. Like I said, You know, I know that some of these people are in it for a bag, but I know that they was there. There's a bag. There's a bag in quote unquote in niggertree. I can't take the card right now. Tell him the cash app. Find out if Ian got the swipe thing. Yeah. You know, one thing about our people, one thing about the faith that I have in our people, right? One thing that the faith that I have in our people and in our culture in particular is that our culture is powerful. Our culture creates a sense of love in people who are studying it. Our culture can overpower the coon mind, right? So, you know, a lot of people who study our culture, some of them can't help it but to basically make that decision that, you know what, I'm not gonna play with this shit, man. Either I'm gonna go all the way in, or I'm gonna back the fuck out and just be who I am. Because like I was saying before, it's a bag in the knuckle dragger world, but these niggas is not really in it for the bag. They're in it for this is a credit repair. Being conscious and being woke, nigga, that's a credit repair. That repairs your credit in the ancestor realm. That repairs your credit with your people. That makes you good in the hood. That's something honorable. You think these niggas don't want to be honored in their hood? You don't think that they want to be seen in a credible light? You think they don't want to be held up because you get the best of both worlds. You get the crackers on your nut sacks. You know what I mean? They're like, oh my goodness, he's a social entrepreneur. He cares for his people. Um, let's make him a deal. Like let's get him an endorsement with Trader Joe's. And then in the hood, you're giving out free lunches and shit. So, the babies is like, oh my goodness, he's like Malcolm X. He changed his life. And, you could be Pastor Wilson with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, you could be buzzing in the hood and in the congregation. You know what I'm saying? So they're not just doing it for the bag. They're doing it for the social credit. They're doing it for the social credit. They want to look good in the eyes of the people. They don't want to die with the legacy of you was just the creator of trap rap and that's it. You want to be known for making expeditiously that word popular and shit like that. You want to be known for your lexicon. You want to be known for your philanthropy. You want to be known for, you bought back the block, even though if it was like 30 years too late. You want to be known for shit like that. So people are out here cleaning up their image using consciousness or using righteousness as the soap. You feel me? As the soap. And I'm here to say, hey, I'm not going to judge anybody who's trying to help themselves or clean their lives up. Because sometimes you could jump into some shit with the intention of finessing, and you could wind up getting finesse your goddamn self by the creator or the most high or the ancestors. Whatever name you want to give it, there's a force this at work that's governing this shit. This is not all our we're not driving this bus. I'm here to let you know. We're like, there's no conscious teacher out here that's driving the bus. Everybody is a passenger. No. Don't be confused. We're not driving this motherfucking bus. This ain't us. Somebody is moving the chips around. Somebody is making things happen for red pill and blue pill. There's a force out there that's opening up doors. There's a force out there that closed the doors on these niggas and sat a lot of these niggas down. There's a force that pulled the plug on these niggas' lives. They live stream. You know what I'm saying? It's a force that sat these niggas and put them on a bench to be the sixth man of the year. That there's a force that's doing that. There's a force that's out here that's exposing certain people. This sinking nigga ships. There's a force. It's not just me. It's not. It's something out here working. The same way that that force is working in other communities, and making certain rappers hot for the moment. You know, making them the hot girl of the summer, and making certain people the hot boy of the summer. There's a force that made the baby pop. You know what I mean? There's a force that made Nicki Minaj stop rapping.
Meg the Stallion, the new hot one. It's a force. You may say it's an evil force. You may say it's the Jews in the industry. Whatever it is, it's still a force. Something that Kanye said in his interview that he did. I watched both of his interviews, and they were Kanye-ish. You know, he says something about force. What did he say? He said he's not forcing nothing. If he gotta force it, then it ain't right. He's gonna do what he has the power to do. He said force and power. He said he's only gonna do shit that he has the power to do. If you gotta force it, he said, if I gotta force it, then it ain't supposed to be done. Now he said that Jesus didn't tell him that, so then I was like, all right, I can roll with that. Anything that nigga said that Jesus told him to do, I don't trust it, because I don't trust motherfuckers who hit rock bottom, and Jesus is always at the bottom underneath rock bottom. And everybody got the same story. Yo, I hit rock bottom, and there was Jesus waiting for me. Nigga, you don't think that Jesus is rock bottom? You niggas never figured that out? Like, maybe Jesus is rock bottom. And at the bottom of all of you niggas falling off, there's a white surfer sitting there wild moist in a yoga position telling you, you Tank, Malik Yogurt, and all of you other niggas, come and get saved by me. Come drink this Jesus juice. No, my nigga, that is a level of falling off. Fuck is you talking about? Oh, I fell off. Where are they now? Everybody on where are they now is a fucking religious person. Why? Because, nigga, religion is falling off. How about that? How you niggas didn't get it when you was on? Why you gotta fall off to get a fucking religion, my niggas? Why you couldn't find religion when you was up? Oh, because that's the devil's music, nigga. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not secular. Get the fuck out of here. I heard some gospel music that sound like the devil's music. Niggas called a Gregorian chant, and the shit that the Romans be doing. What are you talking about? That shit sounds demonic. Did you ever hear the theme music to fucking The Omen, my nigga? Did you hear Damien's soundtrack? Nigga, that's secular. You know what I'm saying? Aretha Franklin was not secular. You know what I'm saying? Too black to me. Nigga, Sam Cooke wasn't secular. They was talking about being fruitful and multiplying. They was talking about making your woman reach a fucking limit that reading the Bible might not be able to make her reach. What was secular about that? Nigga, that's holy water. They was telling her how to get the holy water. Is that demonic? Is something wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? And these niggas, mad men sitting together, sitting on each other's lap, doing chants and fucking, these niggas is grunting and whatnot, and they leading little boys into their goddamn confessional booths. You mean to tell me that that's not a gargoyle soundtrack, nigga? That's not secular? That's not demonic? Y'all got it confused. So I don't trust none of these niggas. Kanye had a mental breakdown. Kanye had a fucking mental breakdown. They played with his brains. Hold on. What did the brother say about the sale?
He coming back. He gotta go to the
They played with their brains. He had, the other brother got something?
Yeah.
They manipulated these men's brains. There he goes. Whatchamacallit? There's surgery that has been done on people like Huey P. Newton. When Huey P. Newton, it's called behavior modification. It's what they do. They did a lobotomy on Huey P. Newton. They went inside of that man's head when they locked him up for killing the police. He never was the same. When Kanye West got abducted and they brought him in and they basically juiced him up, he's never been the same. This is not Mr. West that you know. All right, my brother. This is not Ye. This is not Kanye, who we're familiar with. This is another. This is another incarnation of that man right here. So I don't necessarily trust much of what he says because they went inside of his brains, y'all. They rewired his wiring. Okay, he would have to go to a higher, deeper sort of rewiring of his neurons for me to trust that this is the same man who made my twisted, beautiful, dark fantasy. All of the confusion that you're seeing with him and Trump, with the MAGA hat, with the slavery comments, with the Sunday service, a lot of these things are mental health issues. Now, did he find religion to help him from his mental health conditions? Maybe. That might be what it is, because religion and other things, organized religion, yeah, they're able to take your time, and idle mind is the devil's workshop. So here, yeah, you got a whole book to read. You got passages that you could recite and remember. The aspect of singing together is spiritual in it of itself. It is healing. It is magical. The spiritual hymns are magical. The organs are magical. You know, the sounds that black angelic women make when they're singing and when they're tapping in, especially the fact that they're enthusiastic about something, that something is Christ. The ionosphere is being charged up inside of a church environment. So yeah, you manifest shit because wherever, nigga, they manifest this shit in the strip club. You know what I'm talking about? Listening to Sway Lee and these little niggas. So what are you talking about? They're manifesting shit in the bando, my nigga. They manifest this shit in the trap. They manifest this shit in the strip club and in a titty bar. You know what I'm saying? Where the organs are playing, where they're taking sips of the Jesus juice. They're eating from the crackers. And they get into it. And they're dealing with the sexual orgasm, Orgone, Orgone, the same thing that they're banning from Etsy. They're banning Orgone material and they're banning Orgone products from Etsy because orgons have the potential to tap into nuclear power. You know what I mean? So all of these things that are that he may be attributing to the Most High or to Christ is basically the fact that, yes, he's singing, he's tapping into the spiritual aspect of spiritual music, hymns. Those are I went to a funeral, and it was a Trinidadian funeral. They gave us a book of hymns, my nigga. I was ready to become Christian that day. That's how powerful it felt, because our people are magical when we start singing together, when we start going in, when we start singing from those hymns. You know, we're just magical. You know, we have healing modalities to us. It doesn't matter what religion we attach ourselves to. We are magical. So when we become religious, we become magically religious. You know what I mean? Anything that we become a part of, nigga, we could make the Mormons lit. We can make anything lit because of our magical properties. The fact that we are, you know, something else. We are the source. We're the alpha and the omegas. All right? We are the source. So the fact that we're the source, we are the source. So whatever we sprinkle our source onto, it does what? It begins to emanate a different kind of power. It's sticky. It will draw you to it. It will make you infatuated with it. It has pixie dust. We sprinkle our pixie dust on things and we make it gold, similar to what Midas used to do. We enhance things. We are the enhancers. You know what I mean? We have the Midas touch. The Midas touch is our story. To be honest with you, we make things and we turn them into gold. We don't pervert things. and we don't make things turn into dust like Thanos. We don't destroy things. That's what niggas do. That's a nigga energy. And I'm talking about NEGGER, not never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. I'm speaking about the quote unquote, the being that was created in a lab, like Yakub. You know what I'm saying? The being that was created on a sex farm, the species or the prototype of African that was created in the lab, my nigga. Niggas. We're alchemists. So I don't attribute divine sparks to necessarily religions or somebody that's in a sky god. That's not what I'm not of that class. I don't give it up like that, you know. And after listening to Jesus is Lord from Kanye, the shit is a frisbee. It's a certified frisbee. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a platinum frisbee. It's so frisbee that it's gonna platinum in a week. You know, I'm not feeling it. Blue Pill and Just B's project, Christ Consciousness, is blowing that out of the water. And I don't mean to be comparative, but this hip hop, so we could compare. You know what I mean? Blue Pills, Christ Consciousness Project, bodying that shit. Why? Because the samples are not on point. The production seems like it's been rushed and it doesn't seem complete. The lyrics, they sound like references. He's not sprinkling that yay sauce on the shit. The collaborations were lackluster. You know, it just don't got it. And he's not even giving you Gnosticism. He's not giving you Gnosticism. Like, I respect, if you into Christ, give me Christ consciousness. If you into Islam, give me Sufism. If you rocking with the Torah, nigga, tap into the Kabbalah. You know, I'm talking about, give me a higher level. If don't give me ABC Christianity. At least give me some shit that's after the 8th grade. Give me some height. Give me some goddamn early college and whatnot. Give me community college. Because, you know, you got colleges. You got BMCC, my nigga, community college. Then you got Ivy League. Then you got Harvard. You got woke, my nigga. That's community college. Then you higher level consciousness. You got Ascension 2020, nigga. That's Ivy League. It's a difference. It hit differently. It's still college. You still got a piece of paper at the end of the day, but it's not the same. But it's not the same. So these niggas running around cloaking themselves, but it's not the same. So it's the same thing that you see going on with the Revolt Summit with these soundbite niggas and all of these talking points that they out here swagger jacking by people who are out here really giving it up, really studying, really putting out works and really putting out treatises and really putting out 10-hour lectures and doing what needs to be done, doing the good work. And then you got people with 1-minute Instagram sound bites and they running with the cloth. Call them steam team. Niggas is running with the cloth. They boosters. And we just got to call it how we see it. And we got to make people aware of what the fuck be going on in hidden sight. They doing it right in front of your eyes and you might not realize what you see. And I think the man is disingenuous, Kanye West. I think that he fell off to the degree where he had to find some of the most gullible people on the planet. And that's niggas this in the Christian hip hop. Yeah, you niggas is wild gullible. Some of the most gullible individuals on the planet. Because you think Christianity and hip hop go together. It don't. Not the way that they doing it. We want to hear Christ consciousness. We want to hear Black Jesus Christ. Nigga, we want to hear Black Tyrone Jesus. Not that other shit. So, you know, him and Kim K are not going to last forever. And I'm not cursing that, man. I just know that the house is divided. She married that man for his ego, and now he wants to give his ego to. He's talking about Christ all day in the bedroom. Another man, a white man at that. So in my mind, in order for you to give it up to white Christ, you have had to one time have seen white people as superior to you. You have to come to that conclusion and that acceptance that Europeans or white folk can be superior to you or be more blessed than you before you even give a chance to give it up to some white man. Because at the end of the day, that nigga went from worshiping Donald Trump, giving it up to the Republicans, and now he's on a new white man's lap. That is just progressive. It's a degressive progression that I'm seeing take place because he have not gave it up to his daddy. He have not gifted a black man yet. He ain't give it up to no melanin yet. So that shit to me is suspect. I could understand Christ the King. I could understand Yahweh King, but I know what he's doing with the Jesus is King thing, and it's almost what Pharrell is doing with the GQ cover, and it's almost what Tank is doing with his shit, and it's almost what Malik Yoga is doing with the yogurt. Give me 5 minutes, I'm coming. We're gonna take care of it. They're emasculating our babies. They're confusing the people, and they're leading them down to a road that only smells like white. So I'm gonna leave y'all on that note. My Cash App is $PHILMORELAND. I'm taking time out for my day, my business, to do business with y'all. Leave a tip for this plate. You know what I'm talking about? Leave a tip. $PHILMORELAND. And I need to see y'all motherfucking building next weekend as we make history in Brooklyn at the Ascension 2020 conference. We're going full metaphysics. And I think after that, that's all you're going to get from me. Okay? That's all you're going to get after that, because it's time to turn up the frequencies. So pull up, either get the live stream, 2020ascension.eventbrite.com. And I wanna, you know, and you know, let's meet one another. Let's make that introduction formal, because y'all see me on this live stream. You get to meet me. I don't get to meet you. So let's make that happen, Captain. I look forward to meeting many of you, greeting many of you, and things of that nature. November 14th, ShastaMeditation.com. If you're coming with me and Blue Pill to celebrate our 44th in Shasta Mountain, ShastaMeditation.com. We'll let you know about every other thing coming up after that. November 10th, St. Francis College, KT the Arts Degree. November 3rd, KT the Arts Degree, Red and Blue Pill, Gano Grills, Billy Carson, special guest, musical guest, Cambada, featuring Red and Blue Pill, Last Breath. We're going to turn it up, and do the damn thing in Brooklyn. Love and light to the family. See you on Monday. Peace.